Hello, pals. Doo doo doo. What is good? Cait here and my Mona Lisa, per usual. Welcome to the Instagram series Communicate, where we interview various inspiring creators. This time we have Gus G, as we are highlighting various players that made it onto the JD Shred collab. Hey, we see some friends rolling in.
Hey,
What's good?
how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure if there's gonna be some lag about this because of Instagram Live, but I can hear you. Okay,
Yeah, you are crystal clear. You are perfect. Hey, we got some friends tuning in. Awesome. Well, we're going to get right into this. Again, we are interviewing people that are featured on the JD Shred collab, Jared Dines. And Gus obviously has a bunch of other stuff going on. So to kind of ease into that, we're going to ask him some questions just about the world of Gus and what's going on. So let's see. You are the CEO of Black Fire Pickups, and you have custom shop options, and you've partnered with Guitarmery. I'm pronouncing that correctly.
yeah,
Guitar Pickups to offer you or to offer people best-selling models in a series of colors and configurations. That was a mouthful. Blah, blah, blah. But tell me a little bit about your company, so we can just kind of introduce some people. I mean, I know I'm sure a lot of people know, but just to kind of
yeah. Well, well. First of all, thanks for having me. Just to start out with saying thanks for having me over, and thanks to everybody who's tuning in so far to hang out with us. Okay, so Blackfire Pickups is like it's like a side hustle for me. I decided to just make my own pickups after my buddy Rob Chapman. He's like, dude, do it yourself. I was with I had an endorsement for years, and now I was like, I want to make more stuff, and it's kind of hard when you're like an endorser, one out of like 200 people in a company, in a big company. So I decided to start like a small thing on my own, and yeah, I just made the pickups that I liked, and luckily some others like it as well. So, and lately
yeah,
we've teamed up
great.
with Guitar.
And I yeah,
Oh,
you have a
sorry.
lot of custom. Oh no, all good. You have a lot of like custom stuff too, like a lot of custom shop options.
Yeah,
And
yeah. That, that's like a new thing. I teamed up with Guitar Marie Pickups. They're like a boutique kind of company based in the USA because we make our pickups in Asia. So I wanted to have like a custom shop station somewhere where they can just build whatever we want, just like as a one-off pieces. So we introduced a few of those, in different colors, different configurations for 7-string players and whatnot and all that stuff. So Guitar Marie, they basically copied one of my pickups and they do it like in their own custom shop. And yeah, we work well together with the guys, and I'm excited about that.
yeah, I think I even saw some sparkly ones, some like you have a lot of different designs. Not that that matters. Obviously, the quality and everything matters, but I've even heard like great things about your pickups and about your company. So definitely, if anybody is coming from my page, be sure to go check out Black Fire Pickups. Lots of good stuff going on. So also, alongside that, you're a really busy guy. You're the founder of Firewind, which you have a very like heavy 80s sound, I would describe, but it's like super good. I was like bopping to it the other day. I was like, yeah, this stuff is sick. Tell me about some of the group's biggest musical inspirations and who you're listening to the most right now.
Well, Firewind is like, I guess by is we're labeled as a power metal band, I guess, by a lot of people, whatever power metal means in 2022, 23, but it's melodic metal. It's
Hmm.
based, the roots are in the 80s hard rock, heavy metal, from Maiden to, Priest and all the classic heavy metal bands. And I would say that's where we come from. And of course, there's a lot of shredding on it, a lot of guitar riffing, a lot of guitar melodies and shredding and all that stuff and whatnot. And yeah, melodic vocals. And I mean, we've been around for 20 years. We've made 9 records. We're kind of like a, you know, uh, yeah, it's been my baby, I guess. It's been my band since I was a teenager, and to this day, I still keep going. And we have a wonderful fan base around the world. And yeah. we're working on a new album as we speak right now, so it's exciting.
Ooh, that's excellent. Are you allowed to like drop any hints on the album, or
It's
like
hard to say.
when
We're
do you
still like,
think
what was that? Sorry.
when do you think the album is going to come out? If you're not allowed to talk about it, that's okay. But
No, I can talk about it. I mean, it's just that we haven't really put all the pieces together. We're just in pre-production mode. I think we've completed about 7 or 8 tracks, and we're starting with the lyrics now. And we haven't like properly entered the studio. We're just in pre-production mode. I want to release it in the second half of 2023, if possible. So that's what we're aiming for.
that's a good
Yeah.
goal. I'm excited to hear that, and I've definitely heard of the group and everything. And I actually, when I was really diving into the shreddier stuff, because I've only been playing since 17, I'm 21 now. I'm definitely not the best player by any means, but my good buddy Michael Angelo Badia, I remember you did a collaboration with him, and that was really awesome. So shout out to my guy Michael. Yep, he's
Yeah.
really, yeah, you've
Michael
done a
is
lot for sure.
Michael is a legendary shredder. Obviously, we all learned a lot of
Uh-huh.
the lyrics. He's been around since the 80s, and he's still killing it today. And he's a great teacher, great player. I mean, that guy never makes mistakes. I'm surprised. Every time I've seen him play, I'm like, dude never misses a note. and we're doing a tour. Me and Michael, we're doing a European tour together next spring.
Dude, why did I not? Okay, obviously I've been a little too out of the loop because that's awesome. I know he was like doing stuff with Manowar too, and he's got like the solo project, but that's epic. He
He
wasn't
just
too far away. He was in upstate New York not long ago. So that's
Yeah,
awesome.
or he's gonna go out and do that, and then after that, we're gonna do the thing together. It hasn't really been announced yet. We've just released a couple of days, but yeah, it's in the works, and yeah, we're gonna be doing a tour in April, May together. And I love Michael. He's a great dude, man.
Yeah, fantastic. He's always been very supportive, so definitely shout out to Michael. So, one of the main reasons we're interviewing is because of the upcoming Jared Dines Shred collab. And I was kind of waiting for more people to trickle in. So, let's talk about that. Tell me about the Jared Dines Shred collab. You landed a spot on the roster, which is incredible. There's a ton of crazy shredders on that list. Tell me about the guitar that you're using for your solo.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, what a list, right? I mean, he posted the other day. Wow, like everybody's on there, like all the legendary dudes, a lot of the modern YouTube guys, and so like it's like a mix of like past, present scene, and like guys that are up and coming. So no, I mean, I know who Jared Dines, of course. I never met him in person. But he reached out and he's like, hey, dude, I'm putting this together. Of course, I know about his annual shred videos that he does, and they're all very fun. And he just reached out and said, you want to do this? And I'm like, hell yeah. So I just literally like laid down a solo and sent it to him a couple of days ago. And I used, if I may pull it out, this guitar here, my signature
That's
Jackson. Can you
Oh,
see this?
oh, I
Yeah.
love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, the ivory star guitar. So I used that one for the shred collab. I don't know. He puts these out in around Christmas or something, or New Year's. I don't know when it's coming out, but
And I believe they're released on every single Christmas. I know this one's going to actually be released on Christmas, which is going
ah,
to add red cheer for sure.
cool. Are you playing on it?
I am not. Honestly, I don't really consider myself to be like a crazy shredder. And I think I would look like kind of like a scared Tinkerbell in the corner a little bit. But I'm here to like lift everybody up that is on it, if you will. Kind of, help promote it a little bit. Hey, what's lots of friends tuning in. I do want to say this is going to be a shorter interview than most Communicate episodes, but we do usually take a few fan questions if anybody would like to put questions in I believe there's a little tab somewhere.
There's like a whole feed here. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hello, everybody.
Yeah.
What was your process? Tell me about your process for writing your solo on the collab. How did you go about creating it?
Honestly, I just he sent me a bunch of different backing tracks, and he's like, just choose whatever you like. and I jammed over a couple of them. And the one that felt more kind of like right up my alley, I just went with that, and I jammed over it a couple of times and came up with a couple of the parts. I usually compose my solos like that, just jam over the backing track. And then I'm like, oh, if I stumble across a couple of licks that I like, I keep them and then move on to the next part. And I even wrote like a little melody for a chorus part he had. I don't know what he's going to end up using, because obviously there's going to be tons of guys on there. And we'll see. I just sent a bunch of stuff to him and I told him, use whatever you like. Let's see.
Awesome. That's cool. So it's gonna be like a mini surprise for you too.
Yeah.
On kind of like see what solo that he chose.
Yeah. A thing, and then I did like a melodic thing, like more like a theme over a chorus part that he had. So I'm not sure if he's going to use that. Let's see. But if he doesn't, maybe I can put up my own whole version later on YouTube. Let's see what ends up there, and then what we can do later.
Dude, you should like low-key ask him to use all of your parts to like release it as your own song. That would kind of be cool.
Depending
I mean,
on there,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if like that's like a full thing that he sent you, like a full track, but that would be cool.
No, that'd be like parts, like 20-second or 30-second parts, and that's what it is. That's all it is. And
Awesome. It's a lot of work to organize those things. I've definitely done a few with Bradley, but I was more so the Bradley Hall, by the way. He's like the UK Jared, if you will.
I watch his channel as well. He's great.
Yeah. I was like kind of more so the recruiter for that, and then Bradley would like edit behind the scenes, and I know all about the, placement with the solos, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, so definitely props to Mr. Dines there. What rigs or plugins did you use to record it? Tell me a little bit about that on the gear side of things.
Yeah. I use my, I just plugged in straight into my interface. I use the IK Multimedia Axe IO. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. It's pretty cool interface made for guitar players. And plugin wise, I use the STL Tones. I actually use one of their free plugins, called Emissary Amp.
Awesome.
That's a really good one. I downloaded that one like a couple of years ago. I'm like, oh, free plugin, whatever. So, and he's like, it's amazing. Sounds incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, STL is always quality. Like, they never miss. Definitely my favorite plugins, I would say, for sure. So I only have one more question for you, but you've definitely been awesome, and I'm looking forward to all of your stuff. So what can listeners expect from you after the Jared Dines collab, and any news that you would like to share with your people?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, I have a pretty busy year ahead. We start touring all over Europe and UK with Firewind at the end of January.
Awesome.
We are out with a band called Beast in Black, and it's going to be 42 shows over the period of 2 months. So it's going to be a long run.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I can do a short amount of time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be 42 shows in 55 days. So not a lot of days off.
Yeah.
And after that, I'm solo tour, Michelangelo, and then more gigs into the summer, and pretty much the year is looking into the next second half of the year to release, like I said before, the Firewind album. So a lot of stuff is happening. Actually, it's kind of, it feels like I can keep going talking about this stuff, but yeah, it's a pretty busy year ahead. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Wow. Yeah, I bet this year is going to or next year, should I say, is just going to fly by for you. Because I'm still in that stage where I'm like in the bars playing and stuff like that. But when I tour, it's like the Viper Room or something like that. I try to make it a bigger show. Even as an independent, it can be a lot, just like flying places or whatever. So definitely props like you that are doing it very consistently and all of that. And you're an incredible shredder. You really are.
Thank you. Thank you. And I wish you the best of luck with all your music and all the stuff you do.
Thank you. That's very nice of you to say. The Good Brothers Band said, I love these interviews because I know what gear I want to use now. Very cool. Nice. Don't forget, though. Don't forget Blackfire pickups, you guys. Don't forget it. Don't forget it.
You upgrade them out.
All right, Dylan, I'm sorry for mispronouncing your username. I'm kind of notorious for that. Pruette says, any word on your new signature Jackson? That's a question that he has for you.
Dylan, hey Dylan. Actually, there's not much happening on that end yet because everything kind of like was delayed with 2 years of pandemic, and I think a lot of the companies were struggling to kind of keep the back orders on many instruments because everybody just were just buying guitars during the lockdown. so so I
Makes
think
sense.
a lot of retailers are still kind of waiting on back orders of all those models that have been bought and waiting for them. So we haven't really started designing my new models. I'm not really sure when we're gonna do it, but I mean, I know that we will do something. I'm just not sure if it's gonna happen next year or in 24.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah.
no rush art is what I say. Happens when it happens.
Yeah.
All right. Jeriel Matesich says, what was your favorite moment touring with Ozzy?
Wow.
Uh,
Just
sure, there were great moments.
Yeah, I mean it's not just one. It wasn't one great moment. It was just the whole thing. Just the whole experience. Touring at such a level or playing for such a legendary artist. It was just mind blowing every day. Every gig was huge, and just seeing things, having an insight on just like how the big machine operates. It was just mind blowing. Um, so it was like a big school for me in many ways, and a great experience, and just elevated me on so many levels. Not only like the fame thing, because I don't think about that, but also like as a performer, the
Oh,
way
yeah.
that I my stage performance, like the way that I started viewing things. It was just an incredible experience. And it was just fun to work with Ozzy, man. He's the best.
I feel like he would be so fun to tour with, too.
He is.
That
He's
has
guys,
such a great,
just great to be a fly on the wall with him, being in a room with him, and just let him do his thing and tell stories. And he's such a funny guy. It was amazing.
yeah. And just like, touring with musicians that elevate you in that way. And like you said, it's not even about the fame, it's about, the artistry. And like I said, just being around people that elevate you in your artistry. That's the most important thing. And of course, with somebody like Ozzy, that's just a win. So Through the Never says, you guys were absolutely incredible on the DF tour. Any chances we might see you back in the US anytime soon? You have several comments of people wanting you to come to the US.
Yeah, we were just there in April with Dragon Force. That is DF. That's Dragon Force.
Oh,
So we were just
airhead over here. I know
yeah,
who Dragon.
we were just touring with Dragon. It's kind of funny because that was like we replaced another band that couldn't make it, and that was our first tour right out of lockdown. And because the band is based in Europe, we rushed to get our US visas, but we made it the last minute, and it was such an incredible tour.
Yeah,
um
that's some
yeah,
good.
so yeah, I mean, we would like to come back. The original idea was to come back this January, but then this tour in Europe came up with Beast in Black, so we're doing that. But I think if not at the end, if not end of 2023, then definitely early 24, we will be back in the US to do more stuff. Yeah, because we missed you guys.
Yeah, so Gus G misses you, US people. Just mark your calendars. Gonna have to wait for the 24, but years go by super fast, especially with all the records coming up. Again, he's
Oh,
working on it. So stay tuned and watch the new JD Shred collab, which is Jared Dines. And definitely, support the players on it. Like I said, I know I had quite a few people asking on my page if I was going to be on it. I am just the lifter here. I am just the support.
I
So
think I think you should be on it though. It doesn't matter if you shred or not. What is just like such a general term though? Shred. You can
yeah,
just play like or whatever it is your style. So
I like very melodic kind of stuff, and I'm very drawn to like melody based stuff. But tons of shredders are melodic. You know what I mean? And like I
oh yeah, but think about it. There's gonna be probably guitar players on there, and everybody's gonna try to play the fastest thing ever. So it will get boring after a while. So I'm sure Jared will do his best to cut and paste like the best parts of everyone. So there
Yeah.
has to be,
Oh,
it cannot be technical stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm sure it'll flow and it'll definitely be a great tune overall. And hopefully he puts it on Spotify. I'm sure people are gonna want their ears having some
The stuff
shredding.
that I've seen that he's done in the past was really cool, really fun. You know, I think that they end up being like these 10-minute long solos, but it's really
Yeah,
fun, and
yeah,
the
they do
change. Yeah.
for sure. Well, it was so nice meeting you, and thank you to everybody who tuned in. So yeah, go follow Gus on my page, and have a wonderful snazzy day. Next
Thank you.
episode is with Yay. Okay, bye.
Bye.